Alright everybody, welcome to the stream. Today we are going to do some Photoshopping with you guys because I felt like being a creative, I guess. Oh man. Alright, I hope you love my cancerous like setup. As I said, I only have one monitor. So like I have to have like these effects over certain things so I can see who actually subscribes to me without launching OBS and like ruining the immersion of everything. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what I wanted to do today. I was thinking something very like mountains or space related, and I don't know, maybe faux retro. I'm not entirely too sure. I definitely want to have good old Yuri from Command and Conquer in here somewhere. I don't know what I want to do with him yet, but gotta love Yuri, man. Yuri's fucking amazing. So I am taking requests, maybe, possibly. It's really up in the air. I'm not entirely too sure if I'm going to take requests. I doubt that anyone's actually going to join, so it's possible that's not going to happen. And I don't know. Like, I kind of wanted to play Diablo Median, because I do like playing it. I watched the video pack that I put out, and it was pretty cancerous. I'm not a very good, I don't know, streamer, I guess, especially with something that I haven't played in a while, and it just didn't seem like it was that entertaining. But at least with this, I don't know, maybe people can get some semblance of low-tier graphic design. I'm not entirely too sure. I don't know. I'm just gonna probably shut up for a good portion of this, and we'll see what I can make. Let's get rid of this background layer. I don't need that at all. Alright, so what do I want to do? I really like this background for space stuff. Oh, hold up, we gotta check on Lotmon. Lotmon isn't doing so well. I loaded up some of my other DMPC profiles, and I was like, oh, why is Lotmon doing so bad? So I checked on the other ones, and it's because he weighs only 8 grams and he's supposed to weigh a whole lot more. It's because I'm not feeding him like these proteins to keep him satiated and up there in weight. Because every time you give him one, I believe his weight goes up. Yeah, now he's 10 grams. He's still not doing too well. I'm gonna keep feeding these. Hopefully he doesn't get sick. No, he's still not doing. I don't know what you want, Lotmon. Like, you're in the dark. I get that, but like, you gotta be in the dark so they should digivolve into some other form. Oh well. Alright, so we have the space here. Mountain ranges. Let's see which ones I like. That doesn't look too good. This mountain range looks kind of cool. Alright, let's put my rulers on so I can get some guides going. Alright, so here we go. 33. 66. That's 35, so that's like 33. And that's 5, so that should be like 6. Alright, so we got rule of thirds going on here. I'm gonna do a temp layer over the top. That's way too thick. That's way too thin. I think that's right. And I'm gonna do my diagonals so that I get some golden ratio stuff for me to get some guidelines for. I mean, I could always eye it, but I don't feel like it right now. Alright, so we can get this mountain to follow our golden ratio. And since we're probably going to be masking the sky out, we don't have to worry about that too much. And with like the weird angle of the horizon, I think is okay because we're like in space. So I think that's alright. He's still upset. Like, I don't know what's going on with Lotmon here. Like, because if I load up one of my other rookies, he weighs like something like 50 grams. And he's having a great time. So I don't know what's going on with Lotmon here. Don't want block. Let's do pencil. Oh man, this is gonna hurt. Ugh. These trees, I like these trees, but at the same time, this is gonna really hurt to mask this. I suppose I could later maybe use Magic Wand tool. You guys gotta realize that the Magic Wand tool is definitely not as good as it is in CS6 and as it is in normal Photoshop 6. It really is a finicky mistress to work with. You can't like paint with it to select the areas that you would want. Or at least I don't think you can. I've used Photoshop fucking 6 for so long. You just have to click it and the shift click, and it just doesn't feel very intuitive. And it's always super rough, no matter like what you do. If you like add some anti-aliasing to that, or you feather your selection, it just doesn't really work. So what we're doing right now is we're just adding a rough mask over these trees and mountains. I mean, I could just like completely annihilate it, but we're not gonna do that. Well, we're gonna annihilate some of this because that's where our golden mean like diagonal is coming from. Because what I'm thinking is that we're gonna put Yuri somewhere here, because then that would follow the spiral going this way, following this line down. Whoops. So I know I said this in my last Photoshop stream, and I think I even said it in the first one, is you definitely want to be working in masks like all the time. If you're going to be deleting out content, masks allow you to like basically have an extra chance if you fuck something up. You can always go back. You're not losing any information. You're adding information, so it's always better to work in masks than just to like straight up just say I don't care if I'm deleting this sky out. I don't think I ever want it to come back. Well, you never really know. Like maybe I want these clouds later, and if I just hardcore deleted it and I didn't have a save backup, or do I want to get rid of this mountain in the background? We'll see. But like if I didn't have a save backup, or if I didn't have enough history states, I mean, going back through history states, that would be an awful thing to do, because then like any progress you made elsewhere would be gone. So if you didn't have a backup of the file, you'd basically be screwed. So yeah. It also allows you to make more rough cuts and then come back and fill them back, which I also love. How much blue is in this? Quite a bit, because of the atmospheric perspective going on. So let's just try something. Let's do all layers so that it takes the layer mask into account. Like, how much is this selecting, really? It's selecting some of this, but I can always go and touch that back up. That's okay. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand by maybe 2 pixels and then feather by 1. And I think what doing that and then coming back and touching up the individual spots, I think that should look okay. But we'll see. So select, modify, and then expand. We're going to go 2 pixels, and then we're going to feather by 1. Not 4. That's not what I wanted to do at all. I thought I hit the 1 key, but I guess I didn't. Come on. 1. No. Do I not have num lock on? What the hell is going on? Okay, num lock wasn't on. Alright, and then we delete that out. And I don't really like that. Well, obviously I would have to go back and touch that up, but... what happened with my selection here? Like, I didn't realize I had selected so much down there. When did that happen? Let's just do that. Let's just do expand by 1. Not by 2. 1, thank you. Delete that. It's so fucking harsh. I don't know. I should have looked at this image before I started doing this, because I really despise masking things with complex little like tree things. Like, I really could just go through this and then just cut it all out. Or what I could do is I could change the hue of the blue, and then by doing that I could go back and essentially change it to like a greenish color so that it matches more efficiently. I think these are really hard edges, and it becomes really apparent when you zoom out. And like this part kind of looks like it's just floating here. So you know what? We're gonna clear a lot of this. We don't need, like, if I see any like vibrant blues or purples on the edge of this, I'm just gonna go clear it and then smooth it. The texture, sure, we would lose some texture quality to this. Like if I deleted all of that, that would be horrible. But that's so much extra work. Let me see if I can get it to look so it doesn't look like it's complete garbage. It looks alright. I'll keep that. And the good thing is that we have quite a bit of a noisy background with the stars. So if there is some like pockets of light, I mean, it might not be super noticeable because of the noise of the background. Alright, then let's fix this up right here. And then just like go over this so that there's no like weird holes. Alright, now let's see what we can do. Let's get rid of this. Let's maybe add some more mountains, who knows? I don't know what this is gonna look like. What? I didn't want to do that at all. Thought I pasted. There we go. Inverted, upside down mountains. Like we're in some space cave or something. That seems like a cool thing to do. Alright, so space cave. We want our horizon to sort of match up. And I can always stamp tool that down. I kind of want to match the angles here, because we're going to be following I want the eye to follow down this this curve of this like pseudo foreground. It's midground when I put Yuri in, but I want to follow it down this path to Yuri. So maybe I just want a top part of this cave like this, so that it's, I don't know, we'll see. It's the gloriousness of using masks. Sure, though, we just basically lost information by free transforming this in such a like a extreme way. But let's put contiguous on. Not all layers, actually. There we go. I mean, you can kind of get the same effect as like the newer magic wand, but it's still like nowhere near as good. The algorithm is not the same. All right, that looks all right. So if I expand by maybe 1 pixel, and then maybe feather by 1 pixel, I think we should get a fairly good mountain range. And that there's definitely spots in here that it didn't pick up. So I'm just gonna pick up yeah, we're working on the right mask. So I'm gonna pick up a solid brush for pencil and then just go over it so that we get all that stuff out of there just in case, because you never know. And we can move this around after the fact to see if there's something else we want to do with it, but we've already messed with the scaler on it, so it might not even look that good. Okay. Excuse me while I chew on ice. Alright. Let's get this nebula. Put it in the background. So it matches up here. So we have different points of interest. Obviously we have this cliff, and that cliff will follow down to this cliff and then Yuri. So I want something else to like counterbalance it. I don't want the nebula straight on the rule of thirds. I want it just a little bit offset from it, because otherwise it looks way too mirrored. It becomes like a what's the term for approximate symmetry? It becomes approximate symmetry, and I don't want an exact something like that. I want it to be a little bit off, even though I'm getting like this blank spot right over here. Alright, that looks good. I'm gonna have to maybe expand this out just a little bit, because then we still get this like line down here with the blue part of this nebula. Let's see what the other, I think I'm gonna stick with hard light. I I like high contrast stuff, and hard light and color burn usually give you high contrast. So I'm gonna stick with that. We're gonna mess with the colors and the saturations and stuff like that later, but I just want to get some general stuff down. We can take this like really weird like image of the sun that I got from NASA's website. This is a complete non sequitur, but I used to use images like this of the sun in some of my earlier works like all the time, like literally all the time. And all I would do, and we're talking when I just got Photoshop 6, so when I was still in elementary school, I would do stuff like this, and I would just change the color around, and then I would go and be like, oh, you know what's really cool? This neon glow function. So let's change it up and get some neon glow going. And I would just use filters. Like everything I would do in Photoshop when I first started would just be using filters. It's kind of funny, I guess. But I would use filters, and then I got into this phase where I would use nothing but like filters and then additional layers. So I would just like duplicate layers all the time, and then I'd be like, oh, let's just change the effects on it. I mean, I guess in a way, like I still kind of do that. Not even kinda, I really do that a lot. But I don't know. I guess I learned a whole lot about color mixing, even before I got into color theory and stuff, because of the amount of just messing around in Photoshop that I did. Now let's check on good old Lopmon here. Lopmon's not doing so hot. God damn it, Lopmon. I really apologize. I just like chewing on ice. I can't help it. It's like 106 degrees in Arizona right now, so it's not cool in the slightest, even with my AC running. All right, let's see. If I just do like an additive color thing, it should work. Now, where do I want like this ghostly image of the sun to be located? I kind of liked it here, where it kind of meeting up in the center of the golden mean thing. It's kind of meeting up. Maybe put the solar flare just above it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate. I could just keep it like that, but I want it to be more of a sun. So we're gonna create a white orb, and we're gonna, oh, Digimon poop, gotta take care of that. I'm gonna create a white orb and then just not have it snap to the guides. That's not what we want. Let's see here. Let's move this down a little bit. That seems about right. Let's move it down beneath this layer. Oh, I have like a black background because I didn't make it its own layer. So I'm gonna cut that out actually and delete and then paste. All right, here we go. Now this time for real. All right. Let's see. I want to make it like quasi-retro, but like the entire like super white light is not gonna work well with the screen. I mean, if I wanted to like color burn it, then it would work, but then I would have to get rid of the black background. I could just exclude it, and that would give me like a difference effect. It should be like the exact same for difference. Yeah, pretty close. But what I was thinking is definitely like lowering the opacity of this. And then like changing this to maybe like an overlay effect. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with it. I want an implied outline for the sun, but I also want it to be kind of retro-y. So I guess I could gradient it out with something like this. Let's change the scale. Let's see. Maybe color burn here. And let's add like a pattern for good measure. Make it large. I guess I could just do this with like just a clouds function, but I don't know. I'm lazy. Make the sun have like this really awkward, like look at this stroke. Okay, so this is a stroke effect around a perfect circle object. I'm pretty sure, well, maybe it's not a complete perfect circle. It's more of just an ellipse in general, because I did change its height and not change its width at some point. But like, look how awful the stroke effect looks on that. You would think that it would just expand it out indefinitely as a circle, but like we got this weird like bumpy nature to it when it shouldn't have that at all. Alright, let's see. See, because I want the glow effect of the screen effect from like the flares of the thing. Let me change the hue, maybe. See, I want the sun to be like an oranger color, but see, by doing that, you don't get like quite the effect of the flares. But if I keep them blue, then the issue becomes that the blue flares really match up with the blue like nebula star things in the background, which don't really work too well. So maybe this. I don't know, because it's got the, what the hell? Why is it still blue? Oh, feel free to tell me how retarded I am in the comment section, please. Sometimes I just don't know what my brain is thinking. Alright, so I want it to be more orangey maybe, or yellowy. I don't know. I really don't know what I want. Let's try yellow without blowing it out too much. Maybe what we could do. I hit cancel. Didn't want to invert you. Let's move you back over to like a yellowy color like that. And let's go into levels here. I'm gonna blow you out. No, we're not. Not gonna do that. We're increasing our contrast of this effect so that it's a little bit like more apparent. It becomes like it turns from just like a sun to like kind of like a planet. Like, I don't know, like a planet with like a nuke going off, I guess, like where that solar flare is. Oh man. So I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. I mean, that's kind of what I was trying to get to. The color might be a little bit wrong, but we can always go back and change that. Let's just add this for no reason, but to add maybe some weird looking texture. It's exactly why I picked it up, is because I wanted to mess around with it as texture. Wait, hold up. What layer is this? Okay, so that layer is completely pointless, so I don't need to have it there. Like, this is just complete experimentation on my part to see what kind of weird texture effects I can put on this. We might come back and revisit that, but now we got to work on Yuri. Let's put Yuri. I got limitations on how high I can put him. I mean, I could always. Whenever you're working in Photoshop, I'm gonna assume anyone who's watching this is not anyone who's put any time in Photoshop. So don't feel like I'm talking down to you guys. I'm just trying to not talk them, but talk in a way that if you never used Photoshop before, you would understand what I'm talking about. So what you really don't ever really want to do is mess with the size of objects. Instead of just messing with free transform to get it to fit, you typically want to just find a higher res image to work with, because what you're doing is you're basically having Photoshop's algorithm re-raster an image for you, and you're never going to have the same image fidelity. You're always going to lose fidelity. But since I'm lazy, don't take me as an example, but I'm lazy, so I'm just going to resize this. And I probably should have made the mask before I did this, because it's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to get some weird artifacting going on, and I'm going to lose a lot of fidelity. So I'm going to actually have to go in and hand do this, because how close these are to actual black, these like brain cables. Unless I get really lucky, I don't know. Like, look at this artifacting. Look at this square. Just because I resize it the way I did. I guess we can go for like some like low tier, like someone's first time using Photoshop's wand tool effect. Because that's I've seen this effect everywhere. I'm sure you have too, where you get like these weird square artifacts that looks like someone just used like the paint bucket to get rid of stuff. Am I selected on something? I think I was. I did not see any dancing ants around, so that was a little weird. Alright. I don't think I lost any image fidelity, not fidelity, but image like pixels by doing that on these cables. They look fine. So I'm just gonna just continue from here and see what we get. I probably should be using the paintbrush, or at least something with less of a hard edge, but it's just my personal preference to use hard edge things, even though it may not look like amazing. I like the effect of using sharpen on things like this. I don't know, it just works. Unsharp mask, I don't know. I might be entirely wrong here, but I've had more success using unsharp mask on hard edge. Like, I did lose some full image effect right here. Let me just get that going. Something like that. You know what? I am going to do an adjustment layer. I'm going to do levels, group with previous, and this is not my final thing. I just need it to be blown out just a little bit so that I can see what I'm doing against the star background. And because I don't want to delete too much of the cables. And it's difficult enough to see like these slightly different shades of black, let alone the slightly different shades of black on like a star background. I think that would all be okay, doing it like that. Okay, I think that's alright. Whoops, didn't switch it over. Also, a hotkey that can always help you guys out is having X. And is it Shift X? Like, hold up, before I start saying anything. Control X. Oh man, I forgot the hotkey. There's a hotkey to set your default colors to black and white, but the key that you want to use a lot is X, because it allows you to swap between your foreground and background colors. So like when you're working on image masks, you can just be like, okay, whoops, that's wrong. Hit X and then switch back. Allows you to be more, I don't know, precise, I suppose. Without having to go back and then switch and then go back and then switch. There's definitely a few hotkeys in this that are incredibly useful just to get down. I'm sure like all the hotkeys will help you out, but I don't know all of them. I knew a lot more in the past, but then I got lazy, and it's like, sure, it takes longer, but I don't know, my fingers don't like moving anymore. They just kind of just sit on X, and then Control, so that I can always be like by undo and swap colors and all those lovely things. Alright, look at this artifacting though. And this black background, when you blow it's like saturation to max, you get these weird like color aberrations. I think it's actually quite beautiful. I mean, I'm not kidding around. I like glitch art. I've always liked glitch art. Let me feed the Digimon and take a sip. But I've always liked glitch art. I make glitch art all the time. I've made glitch art all the time. I made like these cool data moshing things in the past, and that's fun to do. I don't know, I just like the aesthetic of it. And like recently I've been trying to make more like, I don't know, aesthetically pleasing glitch art to varying levels of success. Why is Lotmon still upset, dude? It doesn't make any sense to me. I'm clicking you, homie. Why are you upset? Alright, well, let's train him. What was I training? Defense? I was just gonna max defense out? Okay, let's just max defense out. Now back to masking. Alright. I'm sure I'm actually deleting stuff that I would actually want. Like I'm pretty sure he's got like buttons that hang out of his jacket, but we'll see. I don't like how it looks without the super sharp mask on the super sharp adjustment layer. Then I can always go back. Always go back. And that's why I will use this and say this until my dying breath. Always use layer masks. It allows you to be lazy in so many levels. Allows you to make like quick and easy composite images without worrying about fucking things over completely. Because you decided to use the eraser tool instead of just masking them with like the pen tool. I actually can't see this. My computer monitor isn't the greatest, so I can't really see where these like yellow areas are. So I'm just kind of just roughly going around this. I can see it now when it's against the magenta, but like this area I can't see at all. Oh, this is another little hotkey thing that took me forever to realize. I don't know if all these hotkeys, I'm pretty sure they're exactly the same in later versions of Photoshop, but if you're really zoomed in, instead of having to go to the navigator up here that you probably can't see where I'm clicking because that's where I have my visualizer, you just hold space and it allows you to drag. When I found that out, it was a complete godsend. It allowed me to be like not finicking around with the navigator. And like it makes like making masks or whatever with like the tools like this a lot easier, because look at this. When you go to the edge of the screen, you get like incredibly far with the scroll, but if you just hold space, it allows you to get a little bit more detail. Let's get the defense going on my little dude. This mask isn't looking too good, but it is what it is. This is just like a quick, even though it won't be quick at all, I'll probably be doing this for hours, but it's like a quick little like, I don't know, art thing. My offer still stands. If you're like want to suggest a name for any of these pieces, just post it in the comments, and then if I ever update my shitty little Wix website, the name probably be I'll name it whatever you guys name it, with some restrictions, obviously. The good thing though about my art blog, not blog, but my portfolio website, is that most of my stuff goes to my internet culture series works, which are offensive by nature. That's like their whole point. I don't like that. Maybe if I just make it a little smoother, it can be like an implied cable if that's not a cable. But like they're offensive by nature. So, oh yeah, look at this. I still have to go back. So like you guys can submit like more offensive names for my pieces. It's not that big of a deal. I don't think anyone will, like any employer will ever go to there anyway. Or they'll probably not like any of the like quality, I'm using air quotes, quality like graphic design things I've done there anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So suggest a way. I was thinking about playing maybe Toho 6. It's like the only one that I actually technically own. Because I don't like streaming games that I don't own, like hard copies or digital copies for. And I talked about a story about Toho 6. I know it might be a little weird, like why the hell are you bringing up Toho? It's because I'm listening to like this German dude's like Toho remixes that's got like female German vocals and stuff. It's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely not as good as I used to be, and that's like my main issue with streaming. Like I don't want to stream content that is just garbage, you know? I want to be streaming like quality content and not just be like, oh, look at me just die over and over and over again as I try to get to Undario and Median XL because I'm trash. Like that can't be entertaining. I mean, maybe to some facet of people that might be entertaining, but I can't say that a whole lot of people would want to watch that. Though I don't think there's a whole lot of people that want to watch me just mess around in Photoshop and play with a Digimon virtual pet that seemingly is always depressed. What is wrong, Lopmon? What is wrong? Is it because I leave you in the dark I that can't be it. That can't be the reason why you're upset. That's way too much of a curve. I almost had a mini heart attack. I thought I was not on layer mask. I thought it was just hardcore deleting. I've done that many times in the past, and it's really, really shitty when you do that. Because if you, like, I always end up going back and having to use my past history states. Because I can't live with myself knowing that I just hardcore deleted a fuck ton of information that I probably will want to go back and touch up on at some point. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's I'm seeing something I don't want to see. This shit's really apparent. And this is way too apparent. All right, now where do I want to go from here? That's a good question. Do I want to turn this into a GIF at some point? What does this look like? Maybe. Let's try something. It's stylized right? Yeah. Because it already looks like it's got like a wind effect. This is going to take forever to render. Oh, surprisingly it didn't. Let's do it again. And then let's lower this. No, not yet. Let's see what happens when we sharpen the edges a little bit. Not that much though. So we want this to be like kind of, I don't know, this is kind of like going down like a noise or grain route. I think maybe we can use this in some way. Let's go to median. That's too much. Cause like now we're getting like this weird like grain median effect that from the basically satellite map of Earth, someplace on Earth. But I don't know. I don't think it's enough. Let's try putting it behind Yuri. I don't think so. If I was gonna do it, it would be over everything. Let's see. Look at this curve though. Man, dude, that curve is so fucking nice. Maybe I need a Gaussian in it or something. Because it's like the edges, obviously I wanted to make them sharp, but I think they're just too sharp. But I don't know, the Gaussians just like made me lose so much of the unsharp mask. So maybe I really can't do anything. Hey, sup, Enchanted Noodles, how's it going? You want to watch me just mess around in Photoshop for a bit. How's your Saturday going? It is Saturday, right? I believe it is. It is Saturday. It's bad when you lose track of days. All right. Let's mess with this layer here. Let's start matching them up for like contrast so that we can do a gradient map on them. Now, what base contrast do I want to mess with here? I think that matches our right with the background. Something like this. And let's do it to the foreground, or the midground, rather. Brain stopped working. I couldn't remember where the adjustment layer for levels was. All right. Yeah, it feels like it's 1:45 in the morning for me. I don't know, my sleep schedule's so messed up right now. But so you live like on the other side of the world. That's pretty cool. Like, I'm surprised that I have someone watching me on the other side of the world. That's pretty crazy. Let's see what I want to do here. I want to keep it like darker because we're working with like the sun coming here. And I think I'm gonna have to do some like color burning, and I don't really like this area right here, so I think I'm definitely gonna mask that out. masking so much fun. This would actually probably be easier to mask with the pen tool because it's quite smooth, but I don't know. I made a vow not to use the pen tool during this live stream. Alright. I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm just messing around in Photoshop, making some like of my artwork that I normally do. Like the stuff that I made like last one of these streams. Let me find them. I actually don't remember what I saved them as, but like I don't know. This is the quality content that I put out. But like I make stuff like stylized into this, I don't know, style. It's my style. I don't know what to say. It's the kind of artwork that I put out that my bachelor's degree allows me to put out. And I just like making stuff in Photoshop. If you have any suggestions for stuff, I can definitely possibly try to do them. Most of my content revolves around just image composition stuff. So I'm not really like a hardcore artist, even though I have taken like classes and have really bad life drawing work. I just don't like drawing anymore. I'm not very good. So what I'm doing right now, I guess if you like the more like, I don't know, succinct answer is just making some image compositions. Like I was feeling like mountains and like space cavey, so I wanted to like do something with that. And I had like this picture of Yuri from Command and Conquer. Yeah, very interesting, right? So I had this image of Yuri from Command and Conquer that I wanted to include for whatever reason. A lot of my work has no rhyme or reason behind it. It's just randomness, I guess. I don't know. Definitely want to darken that area up. The atmospheric perspective of that is just messing up this whole cave thing. So I'm thinking I definitely need to like use like burning or something to make it a little bit darker. Let's just mess around with this for a little bit and see what we can get. Where's color burn? I think that's still too much. Something like that, and then we can add some color over that later. Airbrush. But yeah, if you have any suggestions there, feel free to suggest them. I probably won't be able to make anything really good, but if you got any suggestions, I'm glad to possibly take them into account if I decide to make anything. Alright, let's darken this up. Let's darken this up. It's I need to make it a little bit darker because of the. That's definitely gonna be darkened. We want something like no, that's way too much. And then fix this. Definitely fix this top part. Since we're working like with this like yellow sun thing, definitely want to add some yellow highlights to this. Something like around here. See how that looks. It's a rough highlight. Like that. And lower this. We're working on soft light. That won't let me change anything. I think that works for what I'm going for. And the eraser. Oh, I'm on 20%. I don't want that. I want 100%. And then let's mess around with Yuri's mixture here so that he actually fits in with the background a little bit better. Come on, I'm trying to click this middle thing. Okay, let me finish this up. Let me like write down all those things so that I have them. So when I get my source material, all right. First idea that I've had on any of these streams, so I'm definitely gonna try to do it. No guarantees. All right. Bag of Cheetos. Bag of Cheetos on a boat with a pirate hat and a lake of lava. All right, man. Let me just get this to us like a state where I can save it and come back to it. Pirate hat, Lake of Lava. All right. Let me see, let me get this to a point where I can save it so I don't like forget what I'm doing with it at some point. And then I'll get some source material for that. And we'll see how that turns out. All right. Let me mess with Yuri's color here. So like that. I'll come back to this one, but before I straight up leave this work and put it in the void of works that I've made, let's just mess around with gradient mapping. Of course it's reversed. Of course it is. And then before that, posterize. Something like that. Take that line off. Of course I'm considering it. In the title of the stream, unless I didn't change it, it says I'm taking suggestions. Maybe. I mean, so like if I say I'm gonna do it, I might as well do it. Alright, so I guess let me put my signature little sigil on this, and then we'll start getting some material for your suggestion there, Enchanted Noodles. I guess we could go more artsy with the logo. Instead of having Yuri's like logo, we can put mine on there. Let's do that. Probably color burn. And what I probably need to do actually is I need to do something like this with the stamp tool so that I can actually just color burn my logo over his face. Why am I not able to? There we go. All layers. Yuri on ice. Oh man. I don't know how I would make Yuri more Yuri than he already is, man. Like Yuri's pretty top tier as it is. Oh Jesus, that would be pretty good. I'm not I'm not at a level where I can make him look pretty anime-y and put him into Yuri scenes. Also, when I was trying to find Yuri images, of course, like Japanese Yuri came up before Yuri from Command and Conquer. Of course, it was pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so I guess this is where I'll save this. I'm gonna name him Yuri on Ice for you, Enchanted Noodles. Just because it looks nothing like it, but Yuri on Ice. And then let me save a PNG version of this so I can upload it. Now the nice boring part of me having to find material. All right, so let's look for some Cheetos. Images. All right, probably I would assume a lot of these, yeah, they're PNGs with transparencies with alpha maps. Makes life a lot easier when you're getting them from Frito-Lay and they have their transparencies already set up. The Cheetos Flamin' Hot, Doritos Dynamite. Oh man, my computer does not like me being on OBS streaming and downloading stuff. I don't know if that cool is related to me finding some Cheeto images for your suggestion, or if it was my work. If it was because my little creation was kind of cool, I appreciate it. I don't think it turned out amazing, but you know, it's good to see that someone enjoyed it. Let's see. Let me just get some logos and stuff, because you never know what you're gonna need. What Cheetos store? I didn't even see that. Thanks, fam. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, now you wanted them on a boat. Let's see. This is gonna be maybe a little bit of an issue finding. Oh, it's got a PNG. That's got a PNG too. This boat looks nice. You know, I just thought we might be better with Chester Cheeto. Or Cheetah, rather. Not Chester Cheeto. I don't know what my brain's thinking. All right, let's get Chester Cheeto here. That's what I'm going to call him from now on. Chester Cheeto. Is it PNG? No, I don't feel like masking things. Like I'm feeling pretty lazy. But I guess masking things that are like high contrast, like cartoon art, shouldn't be too bad. Let's get rid of this. Did I already save this one? Yes, I did. So I think I saved all of these ones. Let's see here. Right, man? Like, I'm getting really lucky with PNGs. Like, they're all on the first page. It makes me so happy that I'm finding them without putting in any amount of work. All right, so you wanted a pirate hat. Now, see, this is gonna be the issue. It's like all of them are gonna have like these like watermarks over them, or they're not gonna be exactly what you need. I mean, what I could possibly do, I could still possibly use this one if I just like posterize it. Or I could use this one. I mean, this seems like it's high enough fidelity for me just to use the magic wand on it. Whoop. I don't have the Chester Cheetah image up anymore, so I don't know what angle he's sitting. I think he's like sort of kind of like at this angle, just looking down a little bit. So if I need to find a pirate hat kind of like that. Nah, that's too much. If I mirror this one, I already have that. I knew like anything hat related is usually like a huge issue trying to find like decent PNGs because they're just usually from costume shops and they have like watermarks all over them. Let's just take these ones and then probably just mask them. And then the last part of it was I already can't even read my Lake of Lava. Okay, I can't even read what I wrote. All right, so this one might be a little bit easier because we're just going to be working as a texture file here. Or not as a texture file, but just a texture for that like rowboat. That looks like a three-dimensional texture. This looks fake in 3D, but I don't know, the high contrast of it looks cool. That's not the right angle. Is it not the right angle? Actually, that kind of looks close to the angle we're working for. That won't work. That's way too low quality. This looks like something out of like Quake 1 or Minecraft. Oh man. Let's see. And like Google's now like locking up. This one looks like I could use. It's got watermarks on it. We're gonna have to find a workaround if we want to use that one. Oh wow, this is like surprisingly large file. This is like desktop wallpaper size. This is like normally what I use stuff in, but I'm not gonna download it because I think we found some better ones. Alright, let's see. Let's see what we can do with these files. Alright. Hopefully my Photoshop 6 will not crash on me as I try to open multiple files at once. Alright, we got Cheetos. We could probably put the Cheetos in the lava as like a texture, like type of thing. We got a rowboat. I think that should work out. Let's go see. Alright, we're gonna definitely work with the rowboat. I'm gonna have to mask it for sure. Maybe I'll use the pen tool. This one doesn't seem like it'd be too bad, but since it was a suggestion, I will take a little bit more pride in it. I won't be as lazy. I can't be lazy, man. Like, you suggested something. So I gotta take at least some pride in it. I can't just make my low tier artwork. We'll cut out the shadow because we can easily replicate that to some degree on the lava. Not as cool, but we can do something. Alright. This should be a good rough pen tooling of this. Alright. Here we go. Something like this. I'm trying to be hyped too. Like, I feel like this could turn out really good. As long as I don't know, I have an image of what I want in my head. So as long as I can somehow realize it, then I think it should turn out alright. I need another point here. And then probably one here. And I need to put another pen tooling of that, and then I should be okay. Alright, let's move it here. Here. I'm concentrating, Enchanted Noodles. I won't be able to just talk non-stop. So forgive me for not being able to read your comments if you're commenting. I'm like in the zone right now. I'm excited to make something for someone else. I haven't done this in a long time. Something like that. I think that curve should work out. I think I actually did an alright job with my rough pen tooling, which is surprising to me. Like my edges here seem to be matching up just where I need them to be, which is always a good sign. I'm cutting a little bit off the back. Alright. See you when you get back, Noodles. Hopefully I have something cool when you get back. Alright. Let's see here. Put this here. The issue is definitely going to be the water line on the boat. So I'm going to need more anchor points. Like that. Something like that. I suppose I could go really lazy and then just cut a hard edge of the boat. But I definitely want to have some like a semblance of foreground and background of like the boat actually being in the scene. So when you do some cutting of this like this, you get some extra depth. So it'll look like the lava's in front, which is always nice. I think I'm gonna change the music. We've had enough of what was I playing? I was playing this one. Let's play this one. Nah. Let's change it up to Deus Ex stuff. I'm feeling very Deus Ex right now. That. Nope. Like that. Getting a little lazy on the water pathing. Let's see here. Need something like that. Move this anchor point. Let's move here. It's a pretty extreme curve. And we probably could fix that just a little bit. Welcome back, Noodles. Welcome back. Almost done pathing out. Probably the more tedious part of the work is getting this pathed out. Everything else will probably just fall into place. At least that's what I'm hoping. I can't promise anything about the composition, but I think this is alright. I still need to fix this part right here, though. New pen tool. Do, and then do. There we go. Love the pen tool. Love to hate the pen tool. It gives you so much like control over the path that you're gonna do. But it's so, I don't know, like I get OCD sometimes, probably more so than what I need to do, and it always bites me in the butt. Make selection, 0 anti-aliased. Oops, gotta flip it. Is it not gonna delete on me? That's because I don't have it set up right. That's what's going on. Alright, we're good. We're not good. I didn't select inverse. Man, I should probably give it a better sleep schedule because my brain's just not functioning. Alright, I probably could make it so that's a softer edge there, but let's fix this up so that we don't have to deal with the watermark. So what I'd like to do, I don't know if this is going to work very well, if we posterize it just the right amount, we'll lose some texture quality, but we won't use it as the actual file. If we use 5, that's too much, 6 too much, let's go 4. Did not select it. What the hell was that? Did I close it? Oh man. I'm all over the place right now. I used to have multiple monitors, and when I had multiple monitors, it was a lot easier to get this stuff done. Alright, now let's perspective this. Wait. Why? Oh, I have some dancing ants there. Alright, let me see here. Perspective. Where's the horizon line in this composition? Like, it's off screen, but for this one, I think it would need to be something like... that's too much. Something like that to work with to start. Chester Cheetah. Oh man, of course it's got like weird artifacting. I was hoping that it wouldn't. Let's go 20. You're gonna make me go and fix this. Look at this artifacting. You know, let's try something here. Let's go to image, and we're gonna posterize this guy. Yeah, sure. If you want to sub, feel free, man. Like, I appreciate it. Only sub though if you actually want to watch my content. I won't force anyone to sub, but yeah, it make me a little bit happy, at least a little bit. Add to that small group of people that can bear my personality, because I know I'm not super entertaining. Let me select inverse, and then what I want to do is I'm going to copy this. We're going to use this as a quasi mask so that we don't lose quality. Let me just get this right. It'll be a little harsh, but if I do this, I didn't mean to select canvas actually. I wanted just to copy it. I keep forgetting what I have selected. Alright. It's a little harsh, but we can go and fix that later. The bottom of the boat is right there. Let me put my guides on so I have some rule of thirds going on, so I have some composition stuff going. Let me see here. Like that. So if I link the boat, something like this. Alright. I think he would have 1 foot here. I need to change his size right now because otherwise he wouldn't fit in the boat. Let's keep his aspect ratio. Something like that. Sweet. Thanks, Enchanted Noodles. Hopefully, I have like subscription things that pop up if people subscribe, so hopefully that works. Like, sometimes it works, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I wanted to thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. It makes my day a lot better knowing that I made someone's day a little bit enjoyable. Let me see. The issue is gonna be... Cool, man. Cool. I appreciate it. My OBS should have something that pops up over here, but it's not working, so that kind of sucks. Let me mask this just a little bit more. Maybe I want him to like stand. Let me unlink these. Didn't want to crop that. Maybe I want him to stand like a pirate or something on this. I think that makes him look makes Chester Cheetah look a little bit cooler. Let me just mix this up just a little bit. Let me get this out of here. I'm gonna have to do some weird masking here. Oh, and it didn't. I knew that was gonna happen, but it's not that impaired. Like this area. Oh, I've got to feed the Digimon. Digimon's hungry. Something like this. And let's turn this down so we can get this little bit here. Surprisingly, there's not a whole lot on that edge. All right, let's see this pirate hat. Well, surprisingly, I got most of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna expand it like, it looks like only 1 pixel, but let's see what 2 looks like. 2 looks a little bit better. I think, than what one would look like. This is some really large pirate hats. This is freaking huge. Transform. Let's free transform this down. gotta give him a pirate hat. Oh man, it's fucking amazing. I love it. I'm loving it. I mean, it's not like my best work, but I'm loving the style of it. It's pretty great. The suggestion is top dollar. Top dollar. I love it. I don't know how I'm gonna mask this though, because it's clearly like not the right perspective. Hey man, I'll definitely check out your channel, because if you checked out mine, I'm gonna see what kind of stuff you put out. Like for sure, you 100% are gonna get a sub from me. Like I like pretty much any type of content, so no matter what you do, if you make art stuff or whatever you put out, you're getting a sub from me, man. For sure. All right, I need to put this off of his head so I can get the perspective right on it. Free transform this, make it something like that. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm getting like this like Washington crossing the Delaware feeling from this because of the like I'm sure you know it, but just for posterity's sake. Washington, Jesus, crossing the Delaware. Oops, forgot the E. But I'm getting a Washington crossing the Delaware feel from this. It's pretty great. I love it. I'm loving the suggestion. Thanks again for pretty top quality suggestion. The hat's causing me some issues though, like getting this just right. I want his sunglasses to be shown, but at the same time, that's causing it so that the perspective's kind of a little bit off. Like, I could probably look for better source images for the pirate hat. I did not actually close that, but we're gonna stick with this for now and see where it takes us. And then where did I leave those Cheetos? Like the base file that I was using. Maybe that pirate hat would have worked better. Let's get this out. I'm pretty sure I minimized it somewhere. That's Yuri. That's space. That's more space that I don't need. Mountains. Probably could have actually have used those mountains for some background. Hey man, like I'm sure I would enjoy it. Don't sell yourself short. I'm sure your content's great. There it is. Man, those are so vibrant. Even like my monitor, which has really low gamma, like those are really vibrant. All right. Now what we want to do is we want to make the Cheetos kind of match up with the lava here. We want to make it so that there's a perspective going on to it. And we want to maybe color burn? I don't know. We'll see. Because I kind of want the Cheetos to come through, but I don't want it to completely like dominate the scene. Maybe lighten is actually good. Cool, man. Yeah. There's definitely a delay to your messages. Yeah, if you do some art stuff, that'd be great. Like, I would definitely... I love seeing other people's artwork. It gives me ideas for things to do, and it shows me, like, how different people have different talents and stuff. I mean, it's always nice to look at someone else's work style, I think. Because you can learn a lot from someone else's experiences as an artist or what they put out. So, yeah, I would definitely dig to see some of your art stuff. Like, I'm sure it's amazing, because, like, I've seen... like, I don't know, it's hard for me to explain. Like, I like artwork that a lot of people don't, I guess. I mean, it's like low quality, like meme tier artwork. So like, if I like that, like the bar of me liking artwork is pretty low to begin with. So it's almost impossible for me not to enjoy anything that anyone makes. I'm not really liking the Cheetos overlay, if I'm gonna be honest. I think it's just way too vibrant, and I guess what I could do is I could make it so it's more pronounced. here, but then it stops looking like Cheetos, which is like the main thing that I wanted. I suppose what we could do, if I find that blending change, opacity change, maybe if I just make it the base file of like the lava itself is Cheetos. I mean, maybe I can work that and then just mess around it on that level, I suppose. We can see what that looks like. Perspective here. Let's make it so that that looks all right, I suppose. Let's move this lava layer up one, and then we'll use the lava layer as our texture file. All right, and then what we could do is definitely like lower it. See, like I can kind of still see the Cheetos if I put it like this, so I think this is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, man, I'm gonna definitely subscribe to your channel and put the notifications on, so like whenever you decide to upload something like that, I'll be there. I'll be watching. I'll be leaving comments and of support, because artists need to support each other. They really do. All right, let me mess around with some of this, like not blending, but some of these contrast options. Like the pirate hat doesn't fit with Chester Cheeto here. I'm gonna keep calling him Chester Cheeto. I don't know why my brain keeps thinking that's his name. And then what I could do actually is I could posterize everything to match like the cartoony style. Oh yeah, gaming stuff. I can always dig watching people play game stuff. Like for sure. Like even if it's uncommented or if it's commentated, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I used to watch like DSP gaming, like not because I liked his content, just because I don't know, I thought he was funny as like a human being. So like, again, I can watch just about anything and enjoy it. So yeah, I probably would dig watching that stuff too. Like whenever I have free time on my hands, I pretty much just watch stuff. So it's all good. All right, that looks all right. And then what I want to do now is I want to change it to like, so there's a gradient map on it so that it matches Chester Cheetah's color scheme, which is, his lightest color is white. And then he's got, why is it not changing? That's very strange to me. It's not letting me select colors at all. That's gonna be an issue if I can't select his colors to get them exact, but it looks like orange, and then his highlights are like a yellowish color, and then he's definitely got black. Let me reverse this, and then like add some extra ones in here. He's definitely predominantly orange, so I need more orange in it. That, I don't know, that color doesn't seem to work very well with it. Put that there, delete. The highlights are going to be the issue, and I also have the highlights in the wrong color order. Whoops. There we go. This should work. Like I think my commentation stuff is pretty cringy, so. And I can kind of watch my old stuff. I kind of cringe at it, but like I still enjoy it. So you just gotta have confidence. Like even if it's not great, which is I know my commentary isn't that great, you just gotta have confidence in it. And then if you keep doing that, they keep trying. Like I'm sure you'll get to a point where you'll think that it's not that bad. You just gotta put that time in. This Digimon probably needs more food or something because it's going off the chain with these notifications. Now what do I want to do with this? This boat definitely needs some bottom coloring going on with it so that it matches the scene. So let's airbrush some color. Let's add some darkness to it. Let's add some more darkness to it. Maybe go a little bit less on it. Something like that or something. And then obviously we gotta make sure that we're only applying this to the boat. I think that works out alright, and then what we can do now is we can mess with the levels here so that we get a proper, like really like high contrast, because we're going high contrast on just about everything here. Not that high though. Something maybe, oh, Digimon. Gotta take care of the Digimon. I don't like this black line right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna manually get rid of this. It's way too big of a brush. What the heck? Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I've been like, I'm trying to get better. I'm always trying to improve so that I don't know. Like I'm mainly putting this stuff out so that I don't know. I can make people happy. I guess I don't know. Give people some form of entertainment. So if someone can enjoy it somewhere, then I think I'm doing my duty. That's 80%. I like 80% on that. I thought I put 80. I didn't think I put anything higher than 100. Well, that is very strange. I guess maybe if I have to change it. I would have thought that if I had this same opacity, I wouldn't have had to have changed it, but we'll just leave it like that for now. Now, let's take this and link all these and move Chester down a bit. Oh, gotta relink his mask. Alright, put his mouth something like there. And now we gotta work with the background. Now, what do I want in this background? Well, we for sure gotta put some Cheetos in the actual scene first and foremost. I mean, that's definitely a requirement. Something like that, perspective-wise. Have it resting there. And zoom in. Let's get off airbrush. I like using pencil. Hard edges are always nice. I do gaming, but it's pretty cringy, man. I'm warning you, man. It's pretty bad. But yeah, I do game and stuff as well. Or I used to do it a lot more in the past, and then I kind of just started getting back into it recently. So it is what it is. Maybe it's possibly enjoyable, maybe not, who knows. I did like a run of, not a run, but like a session of Diablo 2 with like this weird mod called Median, and that got a lot of attention, and it surprised me quite a bit. So I don't know, that scared me. Once I started getting people in, like a bunch of people in stream, it scared me to the point where I didn't want to do that anymore. I was like, oh, that's too many people. Like there was 100 people watching. Like not really, but there was like 20 or people watching at one time, and that scared me just a little bit. There's too many people at once. This hard edge is not what I want. I need to get off pencil and use like paintbrush. I don't know if you're like what one you're watching, but if you're watching something that like is relatively funny of mine, then I guess I did something right. Oh man, I really do appreciate it. Let's see. So we got the Cheetos in there. Let's see what we can do with the star effect. Our horizon line is pretty high up, so like you can't really see this, but maybe I want to do some mountains or something. Or he's just in like a, oh, hold up. I got a crazy idea. I don't know if it's gonna work out. Did I close like the one space effect that I had before? I think I might have. Because this Hubble one is pretty low quality. There, this one. Alright, so what I'm thinking, bear with me here, is I'm thinking about having him in space on like a lava planet. So what I'm gonna do here, now, I don't know what order I want to do this in. Let me put this behind the boat. Because right now it's a solid line, but I want it to be curved, so what I could do one of two things. Okay, we'll do it like this. Photoshop 6 has a lot of weird things about it. I wish I had like a more recent one, but I've been working in Photoshop 6 for so long. So if I want to like add like a curve to this from shearing, I have to rotate the canvas. It seems a little backwards, but it's what I gotta do. It's really, really strange. And I wish this previewed how much it was gonna curve for me, but It's not going to right away. All right, I like how that looks. And we delete this out. And we rotate the canvas back. I wanted to rotate the canvas, not that layer. All right. So now, so now he's on like this lava planet. Oh, whoa. Okay, so that's some way old stuff. Oh my god. Oh my god. I made that when I was a sophomore in high school. We had to do this thing where we had to make a 100-line like poem or whatnot, and then make a video about it. And I guess my friend and I, we were like, well, let's just make a silent movie, and we just made. Oh, jeez, that's pretty embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry, but just remembering, oh my god, those old videos, those high school videos that I made, oh, they're pretty bad. I made one about, we had to make one about a historical figure or whatever, and we made ours about, it was a World War II one, and we got Benito Mussolini. Okay, watch it. It's not that good, but watch it. And go ahead and let me know what you think. Oh man. I totally forgot I even made that. Alright, so we're doing like this planety thing. It's like weird Cheeto lava planet. Chester Cheeto though is just the wrong like posterization or like contrast. So that's gonna be an issue. I can easily fix the background's contrast here, since there's like nothing going on in some of these levels. Alright, and then what we could do here, let's do a gradient map. Let's do a gradient map. Previous layer. I don't know what I want to do with this map. As I was saying, dude, like my old videos aren't too good. Though there's one scene in one of my older videos. I think it's the GDP of our lives video. I made that my junior year of high school. There's one scene in there where I hacked a version of Pokemon Ruby to add custom sprites. I don't know, like that was like the highlight of my video editing career, which is pretty sad, but I don't know. I really thought it was a lot of fun messing around and hacking Pokemon Ruby. No one in the class really understood it because, I don't know, it was still not super cool to be like, oh, I play video games all the time when I was still in high school. But yeah, the Pac-Man one is definitely not the best one of the school projects that I've put out. The person in the video is not me. The person in the video is one of my friends. As you'll probably see, like I'm not in a whole lot of my early videos because I'm pretty camera shy. I'm the guy who edited stuff. Yeah, the hacking one, I don't know exactly when it happens. I'm pretty sure I put a time card in it, if YouTube even still allows that stuff. But yeah, the hack I think is definitely pretty sick. I mean, it's pretty amateurish, but I don't know. I loved it. I love doing it. Let's posterize Chester here, even though he's already pretty posterized. All right, did I cover everything you wanted? You wanted a bag of Cheetos. We got that. He's on a boat with a pirate hat and lava. All right, so I think we got everything. So now we can do my favorite part of this process, and it is when I just totally fuck up everything and do way too much post-processing. Let's see. Let's add a pattern layer. Let's see what cool patterns I got. Let's make this aesthetic. Like make it an aesthetic lava boat ride. Let's move this below and raster. And it's not letting me free transform. Okay, so this is gonna be maybe an issue. So what I need to do is actually lower it beneath this layer. And we need to make it so there's perspective. I was pretty proud of it. Like, it took me so long to like get those sprites in there. Like, I had to download like a bunch of different programs to get them in there. It felt like such an accomplishment. But like no one in the class knew what the heck was going on. They're like, "Oh, what is this, Pokemon?" Like, no one knew what was going on. They didn't understand it at all. But I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was cool. All right, now let's get some finishing touches on this. I don't know. I'm really into like using unsharp mask on things now. Like, I don't know. I've really got into it when I make my glitch art. I like making glitch art stuff. So having an unsharp mask and then adding some noise to that. Yeah, like, I mean, it's just like one of those things that you just put in some work and then you'll eventually get there. I definitely that my editing has definitely gotten better, even though I don't have like a lot of examples on my YouTube with my like video like projects, because like I got to this point where I got too embarrassed to upload them. But like if you're struggling with that stuff, all you really got to do is just put the time in, and then eventually you'll figure stuff out. But like I would say the hardest thing to do when you're like editing content is getting timing down. Timing is always going to be an issue. If you have good timing, then you can make a really low quality video look amazing. But if you don't, that's rough. Like that's like the key component of editing. I don't know what I want to do here. I don't know what effect I'm going for. Like, I want it to kind of look low quality television-y, but at the same time I don't. So let's mess around with blending. I think the luminosity would really fit this. Let's move the soft light a bit and go back to luminosity. And I kind of like it because it's doing my work for me and blurring out the background. What I could do is definitely mess around with the amount of luminosity so I can get sharpness going on the Cheetos here, and then Chester here, just a little bit, so that everything starts to come into frame a little bit better. And then I think my final touch for this this amazing piece, so just mess around with gradient mapping it. I really love using gradient map. I don't know, it allows you to do some cool things, and it really puts really like blends the piece together. If you get like the right contrast on things, like just a little bit of a gradient map can really pull the things together. Thanks, man. I really wish I could go and start doing photography stuff more. The problem is my DSLR that I use for that is quite old, so like it struggles with taking photos anymore. But yeah, I love taking photos and photography stuff. Some of my better works are when I like was able to visit my sister who lives in Japan. A lot of my cool stuff that I think I took revolves around my Japanese trip to Japan. I got to go to a lot of cool places. I got to go to like the old Emperor Gardens and stuff. Yeah, I would love to visit again, but you know, it's expensive and it's a lot of money to fly over. Let me see, what layer was that? But yeah, I would love to go again. I think darken really works here. Let me see what different amounts do for me. I have a hard time saying I'm done with the piece, so I'll pretty much just keep going. So I gotta stop myself at some point, because we'll keep doing stuff to the piece. Oh, I didn't want to group with previous. That's why nothing was happening. I think after this curves, I think I'll call it, and the piece shall be completed. Let's mess this up a bit. Let's make it like look like an old photo. So we gotta mess with the blue values here. Let's pump those blue values up. Let's Let's make it so that blue dominates. All right, there it is. There's your request. It's not my best work, but we got it. It's like kind of pop arty. I mean, we could put another posterization on it to make it like super pop art. Let's put like something like that, or I don't know. Actually, surprisingly, the noise that I added in it makes it so it doesn't make it like very pop art. But yeah, I think it turned out all right. Oh, I totally forgot to add the shadow here for where the boat is, so the boat is not actually on the water. Whoops. Can I like do a quick fix for that? I think I might be able to. Just do like a quick little fix for it. I want to delete this and not make it overlay. I think actually I can't do it. I would have to go back and redo the bottom layers to some degree, because I don't know, it's really making it so that it's not super sharp, and I like sharpness in my stuff, but I think that's good enough for like the shadow. I'll make sure I upload it to my my artistic like portfolio thing under like the aesthetic thing. Just give me you get to name it because it was your request, so its name is now whatever you want it to be. I just gotta find my my signature like image. I can't find it. I guess I have it here. I think. Yeah, it's right here. I gotta put my little signature piece. There we go. All right, whatever you want to name it, and I'll upload it probably after I'm done streaming, which is I'm probably gonna be done at least for a bit. I definitely gotta get some food in my belly because I'm a little bit hungry. I don't want to like starve myself, but there's some things I want to go back and change about it, but it's good enough. The Cheeto Crusade. All right, here we go. All right, the Cheeto Crusade. Let me save it to my desktop so that I remember to upload it. And you shall have it at the whatever size this is. I don't know what size this is at. Let me see, information, select all. It's all in percentages. I don't know. I'm sure it could probably fit as a desktop if you wanted it. But I appreciate you coming out, Enchanted Noodles. I'm going to call the stream at least for a bit. I might be on later, I might not, but I'll check out your content for sure. Probably while I'm getting myself some dinner. I really appreciate you coming out. I really do, man. Thanks again. Emotes. Yeah. Oh, whoa, Nightbot. Whoa, what'd you do that for, Nightbot? Oh, Nightbot, shame on you. Why'd you do that, Nightbot? Oh, fuck. Okay, so I'm sorry, man. Nightbot had a tizzy right there. But yeah, thanks for coming out, man. Catch you later, okay? Take it easy.